The Amityville Horror. In the quaint town of Amityville, Long Island, a house stood frozen in time, its ominous presence casting a dark shadow over the neighborhood. The elegant Dutch colonial at 112 Ocean Avenue was the picture of suburban tranquility, but it concealed a sinister secret. When the Lutz family moved in, they had no inkling of the horrors that awaited them within those walls. Unbeknownst to the Lutz family, the house was built on a foundation of tragedy. A year before their arrival, a brutal massacre occurred within its confines. The previous owner, Ronald DeFeo Jr., had ruthlessly murdered his entire family in their sleep. The echoes of that malevolence seemed to seep into the very essence of the house, tainting it with an insidious darkness. As the Lutz family settled into their new home, they were oblivious to the malevolent forces that lurked in the shadows. But it didn't take long for the house to reveal its true nature. Clock stopped at 3:15 a.m., the hour of the DeFeo murders. Unexplained cold spots gripped the rooms, and whispers echoed through the halls. George Lutz, the patriarch, began to experience vivid, terrifying dreams of the house's violent past. The malevolence within the house grew stronger, manifesting in increasingly horrifying ways. The walls oozed with a vile, otherworldly slime, and a hidden room was discovered, its walls adorned with satanic symbols. Shadows danced on the walls, taking sinister forms, and unseen hands left chilling imprints on mirrors. The Lutz family found themselves imprisoned in a nightmare, unable to escape the clutches of the malevolent entity. As days turned into nights of torment, the Lutz family descended into madness. George, once a pillar of strength, became a shadow of his former self, driven to the brink of insanity by the relentless onslaught of supernatural horrors. The children, too, were plagued by night terrors, their innocence crushed beneath the weight of the house's malevolence. Terrified and desperate, the Lutz family fled the house, leaving behind their possessions and a waking nightmare. Their harrowing tale of supernatural terror shook the world, and the Amityville Horror became a name synonymous with true terror. The house, forever stained by the dark events that occurred within its walls, stood as a chilling reminder that evil could leave an indelible mark on the very fabric of reality. Decades passed, but the horror of Amityville persisted. The house changed hands, but each new owner was met with the echoes of the past. Whispers of the Amityville Horror became the stuff of urban legends, a cautionary tale for those who dared to seek solace in the quiet corners of suburban life. The house on Ocean Avenue remained a dreaded landmark, a place where the line between the living and the dead blurred, and where the darkness held sway over the souls brave enough to venture near. The tale concludes, leaving a lingering sense of dread and a reminder that some places are forever tainted by the echoes of the past, their horrors etched into the very foundations of reality. Shadows of Hinterkaifek. In the heart of rural Bavaria, there existed a farmstead with a name that sent shivers down the spines of the locals, Hinterkaifek. Surrounded by dense woods that echoed with the whispers of ancient spirits, the farm was isolated, its only connection to the world being a lonely footpath that meandered through the dark trees. The Gruber family, who resided in the farmstead, lived in perpetual unease. Strange occurrences plagued their nights, footsteps in the snow that led to nowhere, disembodied whispers carried by the wind, and the feeling of being watched even in the deepest corners of the house. Andreas Gruber, the head of the family, dismissed these events as figments of their imagination, but his eyes often betrayed a fear he dared not speak. One winter, the farmstead was visited by a presence unseen. Footprints appeared in the snow, leading from the woods to the house, but there was no indication of anyone leaving. The Gruber family became increasingly paranoid, and every creak of the floorboards felt like a ghostly echo reverberating through the halls of Hinterkaifek. On a moonless night, the Gruber family and their maid were brutally attacked. The sound of a muffled scream was lost amidst the howling wind. The following morning, the neighbors discovered a gruesome sight. The bodies lay strewn across the barn, lifeless and contorted in expressions of terror. The scene was a nightmarish puzzle. It seemed like the very air was laced with malevolence. The police arrived, their faces marked with disbelief. There were no signs of forced entry, no apparent motive. The family had been slaughtered with a blunt instrument, but what terrified the investigators the most was the absence of a clear perpetrator. The woods surrounding Hinterkaifek seemed to hold secrets darker than the night. After the investigation, Hinterkaifek was abandoned. The farmstead, once a place of life and laughter, now stood in eerie silence. Locals spoke of ghostly apparitions wandering the fields at night, of tormented whispers that carried on the wind. Hinterkaifek became a cautionary tale, a chilling reminder that some evils are beyond human comprehension. To this day, the tale of the Hinterkaifek murders haunts the dreams of the villagers. The farmstead, overgrown with wild plants and hidden behind a shroud of fear, remains a place where brave souls venture only in the light of day. And in the quiet hours of the night, when the wind howls through the trees, the echoes of that long-ago horror still reverberate, reminding everyone that some mysteries are best left untouched, hidden in the shadows of time. The tale concludes, leaving a lingering sense of fear and curiosity, a reminder that the darkness can conceal horrors beyond imagination, and that the sins of the past have a way of etching their mark on the present.